Here's an overview of Micromain Maintenance Management CMMS. This is an opening dashboard where you can configure your own custom dashboards, choose from canned ones that we have in the system, write your own reports, add a chart or graph or a crosstab to and make part of your dashboard panel. That way you can view the information the way you prefer to on your end. You can even hover, it's going to give you a little pop-up, some more metric on that information. So that's a nice feature. We have a bunch of canned reports within the system you can utilize. And just to give a quick tour of the functionality, really start to finish of how to use the software. When it come over to facilities, this is where you populate your database. You have your site, properties, buildings, and assets. Assets are the most important thing. That's what you're going to do scheduled and unscheduled work to. Assets reside at the buildings, and those buildings reside at the property or properties. So you simply hit the new button and opens up the record, and you're going to have two required fields that are bold. So I simply named it tied to the property. I also put building, floor, parent-child relationship, and all your details related to the equipment. This is just going to get into the reporting aspect. So the more fields you use, the better reporting. You can put your parts inventory into the software and link them to the equipment. And then essentially you're going to use parts on work orders. You can set up your min-max levels, get alerts when you hit minimum, track your warranty information. So if you do a work order within the date range, there's a notification. And then any documents related to the equipment you can have attached throughout the system. So you'll see documents in several areas throughout the software. Every asset does have its own history file cabinet, so you do get that total cost of ownership, $7,793 spent through 222 for work orders. And then I can pull that into an asset history report right there on the screen. So from there, that's usually the initial setup, is setting up your assets, your parts inventory. Under resources, all your staff, contractors, suppliers. Here's my entire parts list. Whatever I select on does put it into the preview. You can see your on-hand count, what's reserved on work orders, what's available, min-max, and the location or locations where you stock your parts. There's a built-in purchase order piece, so you can quickly order parts and receive them into your inventory. I'm going to move over to the task. This is where you set up any scheduled work, calendar-based or meter-based. I'll take you through this air handler PM here. I simply name the task, set the frequency daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, or meter-based, then choose the best option. Day 31 of every month, the third Thursday, or regenerate new tasks 1 month after each is completed. This will wait till you complete the first work order before it schedules the next one. You can add a description here. This will show up on the work orders. And then we have these activities. These will show up on the work orders a little more advanced because of this nth time column 1, 1, 3, 6, and 12. These numbers are multipliers of the frequency. This task is set at monthly. So now I have my monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, and annual. These activities will show up on those future work orders. Simply assign the assets to the list. It's going to generate a work order for each asset in the list. In case you spend more time, money, parts, issues, downtime, failure codes, you can track that to each individual piece of equipment and determine through the reporting when to help justify make a replacement versus continuing to repair. If you know who's going to do the work up front, you can pre-assign them here, so you can assign labor. Every month, Todd will be assigned to that job. Assign parts to that. You can even have inspection points and go through an inspection checklist, either on paper or electronically using our mobile for the web interface. And then I do have documents linked here. There's a lockout tagout procedure. If you're using our mobile interface, you can link documents onto the mobile and it shows up for the technician on their interface. From there, those tasks, PM, scheduled work, all become work orders and show up in this list over here. So the list at the bottom is all my work not completed based on my filters up here in the top left. I can quickly identify jobs that are unassigned. So there's no assigned labor in these columns. So individually I can assign those out or through a batch mode. I can filter by property, building, asset. If I want to see what's assigned to a certain technician, there's Todd's workload. What PMs are assigned to that technician, there's Todd's workload right here. And you can either print those up and do the work, or the technician can use the mobile interface and do work electronically. This is the mobile interface. It's a browser-based interface, and this technician has the availability to see work assigned to him, a lot of ways to filter. I'm going to filter assigned to me. Based on his permission, he can also see work unassigned. You can set that up per user what they're able to see. So here's the air handler PM example. At property 1, building 3, rooftop. Air handler 01 is the asset. The technician can open the work, complete it, or put it on hold. Here's the description of what needs to happen. These are the additional activities based on the end time multiplier showing up. They can add their comments, type them in, voice them in, or do a quick pick append from activity. Track any details. Maybe they need to put the work on hold at a substatus waiting for parts. See, this is preventive. Add any failure codes, downtime, some notifications for them. They can clock in, clock out, or update their time spent. Add or update any parts from inventory. Go through the inspection checklist electronically with the pass fail and any documents related to it. There is the lockout tagout procedure. So this is a PDF available for the technician right there on their interface. Schematics, could be a 10-page manual, or they can hit the new button and upload an image back to that work order. Out in the field, they can generate a new work order. So that's a way for technicians to do work electronically, real time, through a browser-based interface, smartphone, tablet, or even a laptop or desktop. I'm going to move on to the work request portal. This allows unlimited users to submit a work request from a browser. And there's email notifications get sent out to the maintenance team and back to the requester upon submitting that request. They can simply come in, select the asset. I'll just say this office. Select the service over here. And then submit the request. They can even attach a document, a picture, or document to that request. Any point in time, the requester can get a view status. They can come over here and filter it on what's requested. Even click into that and see some more detail. The status here is requested, substatus, nothing, but it could be on hold, substatus, waiting for parts, or whatever was set in the main application. They do have communication and email notification back to that requester upon that work being complete. And I'll take you into the system, clear out my filters, and you can see check air conditioner, blowing hot air. Todd Bell submitted it. Here's the work request module. That's really the key function of the software. Through the advanced reporting, you can write those custom reports and have them scheduled to be emailed out to certain people automatically. And I'll just finish back on the admin dashboard. This is where we started in the beginning.